Guten Tag, Kinder. Ich bin der Prinz von Macedonian. I am doing a Napoleon Total War online battle. This is a Prussia versus Austria battle. I command the Prussians, and my opponent is Ybour, or Ybour, in command of the Austrians. We will look at my Prussian army first. I have a one cav squadron here. That is a Brandenburg Ulan. And I have my general unit. This is Count von Gneisenau. Yes, he is making a grand appearance in my battle. Then I have 3 units of the Silesian Schützen. Then I have 6 units of the Musketeers. Those are just my regular line infantry. I believe I have 3 more units of Jaeger, so that gives me a total of 6 skirmishers. And what else do I have? Oh yeah, I have 2 teams of artillery, and one of them got deployed across the river. I didn't notice that they were separated from my army, and they cannot cross that stream right there. They have to go all the way around, so I was kind of worried about that. I have one more cav squadron over here. This is a Lancer squadron, and I'm hoping my opponent doesn't see that my howitzer back there is separated from the rest of my army, because he can easily isolate it and kill it. Okay, let's go look at Ybour's Austrian army. He has a lot of cav. He has, I believe, 4 squadrons of them, and 2 of them are cuirassiers. One is a dragoon, and another is a Hungarian hussar unit. And of course he has his general unit, which is a general staff unit. That's him. As for his infantry, he has a lot. He has 4 units of German Fusiliers, 3 units of Hungarian Fusiliers, then he has 1 Hungarian Grenadier, and right there in that clump of trees, which is now beyond the view of the camera, is 1 Windbusche Jaeger. So in total my opponent has, I believe, 2 units of skirmishers, and he has no artillery. But what he does have is a good shock army. He can charge if he wants to. And you can see that his army is a little scattered right now, but we're both marching to the battlefield. So it's going to be a few minutes before we can actually set up our armies and form up for battle. Anyways, this is the Borodino map, and this is probably one of my favorites because there's so many different spots on this map where you can have a full-scale battle. And I believe the last time I battled on this map, I battled in a more confined space, but this time my opponent deployed way far in the back, so by the time I met him, we met on this open field here. Okay, so now our troops are skirmishing, and I have my artillery firing now. So let's go see a close-up of the damage from my artillery. There's a little bit of damage right there. Alright, my opponent sees that my artillery is isolated, so he sent all of his horses to attack my howitzer on my far right, and there wasn't really a whole lot I could do about that. I sent all my horses just to say that, you know, hey, I'm sympathetic to the lives of my artillery, but my horses are badly outnumbered here. Like, he has 4 different horse squadrons, I only have 2, so it's basically a 2 versus 1 here in this horse fight, and my guys are getting slaughtered right now. But hey, at least it makes for a good video. Meanwhile, our infantry is about to fight, and you can see I routed one of his horse units. And look at those Hungarian Grenadiers. They got a little too close to my army, so I'm going to smack them in the face. And now they run away. So I was kind of glad to rout that elite unit. But I still have to worry about my opponent's horses, because they have just annihilated one of my Lancers. And they are about to annihilate my elite Brandenburg Ulan squadron. And there they just accomplished that. So I have no more horses, and I lost one of my artillery pieces. And what's going on? I've routed more of his units at least, so that's 1 plus. And at about this point, I started to swing my general to my right flank, and I brought some infantry to harass those horsemen on my right flank. And here I was hoping to get some gunshots off at those horses, because they were just walking towards my lines, and I hoped to form square at the last second, but once I formed into a square, it was too late. So his dudes are wreaking havoc on my right flank. I have my general nearby in order to inspire my troops, and my opponent just launched a whole crapload of his horses in my back line, and he was going for my other team of howitzers. And actually during the battle, I had no idea that he did that, and I only just saw this in the replay. So I was wondering what happened to my other artillery, and now I know. Okay, my opponent is slaughtering my right flank, and he also launched a lot of his dudes into melee. And I kind of expected that because he hardly brought any skirmishers, and he hardly had and he had no cannons whatsoever. So I was expecting like melee attacks from his infantry. So he just slashed right through my first line of infantry, and now he's gonna go for the rest of them. And I have one unit of musketeers holding back a whole crapload of Austrian troops. And I brought up this this team of musketeers in order to pour some musket fire on those incoming Austrian troops. And I'm hoping just to be able to get a crapload of them before they get me. Then he charges his horses into my line infantry there, and I'm bringing up another team of musketeers in order to stem this advance of his charging Austrian troops. I'm doing well on my left flank though. At least they're holding their ground against these dudes opposing us. But I'm mainly worried about my right flank, and I even have my general over here trying to inspire my troops. But it's not going so well on this side. And I put one of my guys in a square, hoping to at least destroy his horses. And there's some Hungarian Fusiliers right there in battle. And what's going on here? All right, I'm moving my skirmishers to get some flanking shots on his Austrian troops. Here they are. And have another team of musketeers on the other side pouring some other flanking fire on that big horde of Austrians. So I'm hoping that with all this flanking fire, I can hopefully rout some of those Austrian troops. And my last line of musketeers held right there. See, they're formed into a square. But you can see my opponent is dead set on charging my right flank down. So he's sending his guys with their bayonets into my line infantry. And here you can see that my square broke. That's what happens when you lose too many troops in your infantry unit. Then they can't form the square anymore. So now my guys are going toe-to-toe against those Austrian troops. And I kind of wanted them in a square in order to kill those horses. Alright, so I have to succeed on my left flank. If I don't, then I won't be able to reinforce my right flank. And right down here you can see my general staff. They are under this tree, kind of chilling out, having a good time, enjoying the view. Alright, at this point you can see that my guys have actually succeeded in pushing out that Austrian charge. And I was very happy about that. And there's some more guys right there, but they're getting taken down by my musket fire. And those were his Windbusche Jaeger, so I was pretty sure they wouldn't be able to charge my line infantry down. Alright, back to my left flank. He is, what is he doing? He's shooting back at me. Brilliant. And I'm bringing my troops up here. And it looks like my guys have the high ground now. So we're going to be shooting down at him. And when he sees that, he's going to withdraw his troops here. He's going to do a little tactical retreat, so he can reform his lines. But my guys are getting some good musket fire on the flanks of those troops as they try to retreat. And we actually managed to rout one of those guys. So that was a plus. And those guys are facing the wrong way. But this is back to my right flank. My opponent still has troops over there. He still has a lot of his horses. Like, I think I killed like 2 of his horse squadrons, but he brought the rest of them in. I think those are the guys who were killing my howitzers earlier, and they succeeded in killing my infantry on that side. And now they're going right for my Silesian Schützen, and my guys don't like this, so they're going to run away. So my opponent brought some balance back to the battlefield by bringing out his horses and slaughtering my right flank. Now I'm down just to my left flank here, and I see his guys coming on horseback, so I form into a square immediately. And he stops his charge, and those are his Hungarian hussars, and they're going to get away from there. And they live to fight another day. And looks like they killed more of my troops. So he has all those guys, and I have my 3 units here. So now I'm going to form my guys into a square, and hopefully I can rout some of his units. He actually withdraws, then he comes back. So now he's going to launch another attack on me. And it looks like I routed one of his units. Routed two of his units. I saw his horses coming, and then I formed into a square. And since he's so close, he's going to commit to the charge. And my guys on my left managed to turn back that Austrian attack. So now it's up to these guys to turn back this Austrian attack over here. But because my guys were in the square, that means his hussars won't be able to take him down. So at this point, it was pretty much game over. But it was a very interesting fight. Like, it went back and forth a few times, and it wasn't decided until the very end. Anyways, good game to my opponent, Ybour or Ybour. You can see the results right there, and hope you guys enjoyed this battle between Prussia and Austria on the Borodino map.